Yoo-hoo, welcome back. Cambridge, the land of higher education, medieval alleyways, and stunning architecture. It's the perfect weekend getaway, or in my case, a random Monday and Tuesday away from London.
Storm is coming, but I'm prepared.
I tried to fit in as many must-see locations as possible.
But don't be scared.
But of course, I'm left here feeling like I need to go back. Now, where did we leave things off last week? Hi, good morning, we made it to Cambridge. It complains about travel experience. Ooh, stop, right here. We're gonna climb the tower at St. Mary's Church and check out the view of Cambridge. We're going to tour the grounds of King's College, see if we can find Newton's tree, ponder the mathematical bridge, and whatever else we get up to. Let's go. Traders have been running stalls in Cambridge's historic market square since the Middle Ages. In the 13th century, merchants and traders would travel from all parts of Europe to sell their goods in Cambridge's yearly market fair. Today, Market Hill is the city's hotspot for a variety of street foods, handcrafted goods, souvenirs, plants, you name it. This is about the time that I realized that Cambridge might be in the running for England's official biking capital. There are a lot of bikes here. Our Switzerland honeymoon of 2017 marked the start of a rather exhausting tradition. If I'm in a city and there's a religious establishment with a tower, I'm gonna climb it. Today we are visiting Great St. Mary's Church. It is the first home of Cambridge University. Oxford scholars began to congregate here in 1209 when the church was barely even finished. The 13th century church was destroyed by fire in 1290 and was rebuilt. Great St. Mary's was originally owned by the Crown. It was granted to King's Hall in 1342 and then to Trinity College, and today it's referred to as the University Church. The stunning church we see today was built between 1478 and 1519, and the tower we are about to climb was built in 1608. It's 123 steps to the top for a 360-degree view of Cambridge. Now, I get a particular feeling when I go on these types of adventures, so let me see if I can get the vibe right for you. The moment that stood out to me most during my visit was being surprised by the bells while I was descending the tower. I promise you, I didn't look at the clock. It was a legit right place, right time moment. The view from the tower really puts the Cambridge landscape into perspective, and I could not wait to get out and explore more. It was in Cambridge's streets and alleyways that I really started to fall in love with this city. There's this unique combination of youthful inspiration, innovation, culture, and historic tradition here that can leave a lasting impression on you if you let it. After meandering around for about an hour or so, I retraced my steps back to the converted St. Michael's Church. The Michaelhouse Cafe has a beautiful and welcoming interior, great service, and excellent lunch specials with like a home-cooked meal vibe. Soup really hit the spot on a chilly day, just needed a bit of pepper. Next, we're headed down this stunning street over to Trinity College in search of Newton's apple tree. You know, the place where Newton is said to have discovered gravity, that place. The tree, in fact, is not hard to find at all. It's impossible to miss. Just look for the crowds of selfie takers flocking to the edges of the lawn. How could you not be completely inspired by this place? Also, that's a lot of bikes. Yippee! The University of Cambridge is made up of 31 different colleges where students eat, live, do college-y things, and also attend some seminars. Listen, as a Canadian, I find this very confusing. I'm still trying to understand the education structure here, but that's not the point of this episode. The point is, I attended one of those 31 colleges, King's College, because I've been told that the King's College Chapel is a must-see in Cambridge. And it really was. I could dedicate an entire episode to King's College Chapel, but we don't have time for that. So here are the things that I think we need to know. The chapel was founded by King Henry VI in 1441. He wanted it to be one side of a grand court that was never finished. A whole bunch of stuff happened, including his murder in the Tower of London in 1471, and so the project was passed through subsequent kings. The chapel we see today is the product of 3 different periods of construction spanning almost a century, and you can see evidence of this in the different colors of stone used on the exterior. The chapel is overflowing with Tudor history, which makes it the perfect place for me to go. Out of respect to the 5 or so employees who reminded visitors not to take video inside the chapel, I'm gonna follow the rules and show you a mix of photo and video footage from my tour around King's College. I followed the River Cam until I came across the Mathematical Bridge, also known as the Queen's Bridge, and I've learned that it has just as much myth surrounding it as it does fact. For example, it doesn't actually have an official name, although it's been given plenty since it was built in 1749. What makes this bridge special is its unique design, considered a triumph of 18th century engineering. There's some stuff about timber jointing, little to no bending forces, triangulation, and you know what? You can read all about it in the article I've linked in the description below. I ended my Cambridge adventure with a quick pit stop in a local plant shop. I really loved this place. Super friendly and helpful staff, plenty of selection, although I knew exactly what kind of death-defying species I was looking for. The perfect housewarming gift. We followed this up with a couple of pints in the east end of Cambridge, which I'm told is the place to be. Yes, there are 4 burgers for 3 people. Any guesses as to which one of us ate 2? One pub is never enough. I think I've tried almost every non-alcoholic beer available in the past couple of months. Some are better than others. This one's a good one if you like IPA. Plants and pints make for long friendships, in my opinion. If you've been to Cambridge before, let me know in the comments what you think I missed out on, and I'll be sure to check it out when I'm there next. Yes, I know about the boats. That is a fair weather activity. It requires Prosecco and snacks. If you're like me and you've never been to Cambridge before, what did you find most interesting? Thank you for joining me for another episode of A Canadian Abroad. It's hard to believe it, but as of next week, Eric and I can say that we've been living in the UK for just over a year, and I have something planned to mark the occasion. If you missed the drama leading up to this week's episode, you can check it out now. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week.